Okay, it's beer o'clock again on the Real Ale Guide. Today's beer is a beer from Batemans Brewery. It's a bottle of their XXXB, coming in at 4.8% ABV, and it's described as a classic pale ale. Quite a big fan of Batemans Brewery. Here's the British flag there on the top. Big fan of Batemans Brewery. Got some good kind of I've sessioned their beer a few times. I've enjoyed beer in their bottles as well. I think they produce the kind of great British premium bitters for a few hundred years up in, I think it's down in Peterborough. I think they brew. We'll have a look in a moment. But here is a classic British pint glass, probably from the 1970s and the 1980s. And the reason why I'm using this, I wanted to give an example of what happened to beer, in my eyes, in the 70s, 80s and 90s, and why we're seeing a massive resurgence in, well, from 2000 onwards really. Okay, but first of all, let's give it a look. Beer in the glass, one finger head, toffee coloured beer, loads of carbonation sticking to the glass, rising up the middle. It's a very carbonated beer. Let's get a nose on it then. I feel like I'm in the 1990s, 1980s. It's like I've gone back in time. I remember my dad and my grandparents drinking out of glasses like this. Cigarette smoke everywhere in the pub. Anyway, bit of toffee on the beer, on the nose. Bit of a fruity hop. Let's dig in. Oh yeah, that is really good. Big kind of chewy finish on the beer, kind of puckers your kind of palate right on the end. Quite a bit of roasted malt up front. It's fruity, but yeah, really impressed with that kind of chewy, fresh malt. Oh yeah, very kind of traditional premium bitter this. So it's hard to put into words just how satisfying that taste is when you kind of taste the beer, and it gives you that rich, juicy kind of fruity mouthfeel with a load of roasted sticky toffee, toffee apple kind of. Oh, it's just wonderful, absolutely wonderful, and it's very British. It's very British. I want to talk quickly about glassware. I think there's a reason why, apart from the wine lobby doing a wonderful job saying how wine is good for the heart and wine in moderation is healthy and everything else. Why I think during the 60s, 70s and 80s and 90s, wine kind of grew out of all proportions, out of all control, and beer declined. And I can answer it quite simply and quite quickly by doing this. There you go. This is the kind of thing that was going on in clubs. The beer industry was not really thinking about the glassware. It's just get it in the glass. That looks very manly, doesn't it? Big thick glass, it weighs a ton. Big kind of jug handle on the side. Can't really see the beer that well. It's ugly. You wouldn't expect a woman to kind of grab hold of a beer in a glass like this, so it put a lot of people off. And then the wine industry Look how dainty that glass is. Look how thin. Pardon me. Look how thin it is. Like the nice stem. You know, you see them putting the wine in. You see them. You see these connoisseurs doing this with it and smelling it and that's what happened to the beer industry. That is what happened. But lo and behold, got some glassware which I think has helped the beer industry really come back leaps and bounds. See the similarity? It's not quite singing wine to you, it's still saying I'm a half glass, but enjoy some beer out of this. It's starting to get classy again. Another example is this from Fuller's. You can imagine putting a really nice kind of ruby ale in there and washing it around and getting a nose. And I believe this is the answer to the beer industry, is glassware. There you go, another one from Innocent Gun. Another kind of tulip style glass. And even, this is from a previous review, even the pint glass, look at that. Now that is cut crystal, really thin. Look at the, it's probably half a millimeter max, really thin kind of glass. So if a woman did want to drink out of a pint, you could give her that and she'd be quite happy, I think, to drink out of that pint glass. So that's the end of my kind of pint glass rant and what was so wrong back then, way back then, that ugly thing there. But back to the beer. That is such a satisfying beer. It's got everything. It's roasted, it's fruity, it's got good body, it's nicely carbonated, toffee, caramel, freshly baked bread. Ah, man, I know I wasn't a massive fan of the vintage ale, but this XXXB and others from Batemans that I've reviewed, they've been absolutely smashing. And I'm a huge fan of their Christmas beer, their Rosy Nosy. Anyway, website for the brewery is www.bateman.co.uk. They brew in a classic kind of windmill style old brewery. I was going to find out what it was, because I think I got the address wrong. Wainfleet in Lincolnshire. There we go. Right, final thoughts on the rating then from Batemans XXXB. I love that. You get a classic best bitter right. And it's up there with the best styles in the world for me. I love a big, chewy, malty, bitter, or a premium ale, call it what you like. And this delivers, this really does deliver. I like it. I like it enough to give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from the Real Ale Guide. You're all gasping, you know, going, whoa, we should give it a 9. I've given it a 9 because it's a lovely beer. You need to go out and try it. Anyway, I'm going to be going into 9 minutes soon, but so thanks for watching me, the Real Ale Guide. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to my daily beer reviews, and cheers.